diys-by-dar. Should you paint it? Should you clean it? Or should you just take it and restore it? Well, find out what I'm going to do to these two pieces. Well, here I am with a couple antique pieces. And I've got my paintbrush ready to paint them. Maybe not. Okay. It's always up to the person who has purchased the items whether they want to take and paint the item or just clean it up and restore it to the best of their ability. So I never pass judgment on anybody. They bought the piece of furniture. They can do what they want with it. I am not going to paint these two pieces, but they are in need of some cleanup and possibly some mild repairs and some tightening. So that's all I'm going to do to these two pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start cleaning after I give you a little walkthrough of them, and we'll go from there. I can't really find out anything about this piece, so if anybody knows anything, what it was used for, let me know. As far as I could tell, it is an antique, and it was maybe used for a table lamp or maybe a wash basin lamp. And this is in pretty good shape. I've got one scratch there that I'm going to try to repair. The rest of it just looks pretty dirty, and I will see what I get after I clean it up. I find no markings on this except for a little message written on the bottom to somebody else. So no maker's mark. This chair, another antique, I can't find any maker marks on it as well. And this has been, both of these pieces have been in my family, and we have sold my mother-in-law's house. So I have taken and gotten some of the really cool furniture out of there. So I'm going to take and see what I can do with this piece. It looks pretty rough on that seat and a little bit dirty. And I am just going to clean these with some Murphy's oil soap because I just want to go gentle on these. So I'm going to get to cleaning them, so let's get to that. Okay, I have this piece all cleaned up, and I did find out a little bit of information about it. It is a replica, but it is still vintage. It was built in 1979. So I'm not sure what type of coating they have on it, but that is going to dictate how I can put any repairs on it, because there's different areas on it that are scratched. All right, here's my chair, which I know is not a replica. It has a very worn seat, a lot of dark areas. It looks like possibly some mold. It does actually feel pretty sturdy though, so I don't think I'm going to have to tighten anything. Let's just give it the once over with a wash, and I'll see if I can find anything else. Okay, I have a couple furniture repair kits, and there is this brand. It comes with actual filler if you have a deep gouge and you need to put a filler in it. and the pens, marking pens, and then I just have a Varathane brand which has different colored markers in it. I have gone through and I have determined which color is going to match this piece the best, so let's go ahead and see if we can repair this so it looks nice. I used the Varathane brand marker, and what I will say about these is once you put that on there, it does not wipe off easily. I'm using my finger to gently put some on and tap it in. If you go ahead and you just run the large end of it across it, it doesn't even wipe off with a rag, so you need to be careful. I had that one little gouge there. This has a chiseled end on it, so that's the part that I'm using, and going right along inside that crack and wiping it with my finger. This whole piece, pretty much all across every edge, it needed to be touched up because of the wear. You could see it kind of going white just a little bit. So I went ahead and I had to run the marker across every edge. Right there was a pretty bad spot. That was where you put things in and out. And I wanted to make that disappear, and this marking pen worked really well. This little curved mark here, in a second, I'm going to stick my hand in the way because I want to use the chisel end on that marker so I can be a little more fine lined with that solution because it is very sticky and it does stay on well once it's dried. You cannot wipe it off. I'm going up on that corner a little bit and I'm going to tap it with my finger. Because that was just a discoloration where it was wore more than anything, not scratch, but just worn off. And then down there in that corner, I just think it was the way it was made. A lot of discoloration or wood is showing right there. So I'm going to run that marker along the edge of that and fill that in and then just wipe it with my finger. And then it will be a really, really nice even look, and I will get rid of that mark. Here was the worst scratch that you could really see, and I was going very carefully because when you get a straight line like that, and if you just take and run that marker just straight down it, then you get a dark straight line and you can see it. So I'm just dotting some of the solution in there with the pointed end, and I'm blending it with the wood grain up and down so it doesn't show up quite as much. I'm trying to camouflage it the best that I can. And at some points, what I even did was where the grain is a little bit showing through more, I took that marker and ran across it to make it look like it was following part of that grain so it fit in better. Here it is, all completed, and I was surprised at how many small scratches there actually were on this piece. And just alone, the edging on it that was wore, that you could see white through it, this marker helped a lot. So it's looking pretty good. My chair, even though I scrubbed it, I took my cleaning tool, my scrub brush, and put it on my drill dry, just to loosen up some more of that dirt. And I went back and I washed it one more time and I let it dry in the sun. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just give it a light sand with some 220. It's pretty rough. Cleaned it again, let it dry in the sun. And I am going to try some Restore a Finish. I'm starting with walnut. And you can see that it really is not doing a whole lot, maybe giving it a little bit of moisture. That color worked great on the rest of the chair. I went over the chair with that, the rest of it, and it looked pretty good. Next color, Mahogany of Restore a Finish. Let's see if that'll do anything. And it really did not. It's still looking kind of rough. And so I went for some gel stain. And the first color was Mahogany. And I knew it was going to be red. And that was kind of a mistake. So then I had to go back and get some gel stain in walnut and then put that over the top to try to even that out and take a bit of that redness down. And that color I did like a lot better. It did seem to match the upper part of the chair a lot better. Odie's oil. I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing, but it looks still so dry to me. So I went ahead and put a coat of Odie's oil on it, and we'll see if it pulls my stain back off. A little bit, but really not that bad. I coated that up and let that soak in for a couple hours and came back and wiped any excess off. Probably the stains showed up a bit more, but I think it preserved the chair a lot better. And here are my two pieces finished, ready to go back in my house where I want them so we can use them. I'm happy with the chair. Has a lot of memories in it. Here are my two pieces. They are completed and I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. Now, I didn't really do a lot to this piece. I wanted to keep all that natural age that was already on there, but I needed to do something with this seat because it was really dried out and I wasn't sure about putting that Odie's oil on there at the end. I should have consulted with my friend Kat from Owling Dog Furniture, but it looks like it didn't really do anything other than give this a drink of water that it needed. This piece turned out great as well. All the scratches have been taken care of. So I'm going to put these two pieces in my house now. They are from my husband's family. And until the next one, catch you later. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe and share.